I call that they don't like to see you winning. They wanna see you in a penitentiary. I need me a little baby who gon' listen. Girl, I don't wanna be the one you ignorant. My mama told me, boy, make a decision.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the ClutchTalk podcast /YouTube/We Do It All. As always, I'm your host, John. Very, very, very happy to be here. My boy over there in the six, Jay Hizzle. What's going on?
Chilling, man. Ready to talk about the NBA champs with Dylan, man.
Oh, yeah. We talk about the NBA champs, man. So, for the NBA champs, I had to bring on the NBA champ himself, man. I had to bring on my guy, Dylan Lewis, a.k.a. Hoodie Dylan. He got a bunch of nicknames, man.
Get all the nicknames out there.
Dylan, we are so happy to have you on, man. You want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about yourself to the fans?
Yeah. How we doing? Good to be back. My name's Dylan, as I probably told you. Probably my third or fourth time on the show. Been on it since one of the first or second episodes, so ready to get into it.
Man, Dylan, well, we are really happy to have you back. Yes. And for all the OG Clutch Talk listeners, man, Dylan was rocking with us for like the second episode, man, one of the first couple episodes. So Dylan's an OG, man. So we're definitely happy to have you on, Dylan.
Yep, excited to be here again.
All right, let's do this, y'all. So let's get into this Bucks talk. So Dylan, the first question we ask all our fans in these fan interviews is, as a Bucks fan, and this episode will be a bit different, but as a Bucks fan, are you content with the way the year went? I think I know your answer.
Yes, I am very content with how their season went, as you can see.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about how you feel the season went, like, and be honest with us here, Dylan. Did you predict the Bucks making the finals?
Yeah, season went great. I think that they did a great job in the front office, especially making great moves. Did I see them becoming a championship team? Not entirely, no. I thought that there were other teams that definitely, I thought, going a lot further than them, getting past it. I thought the Bucks were going to be a first or second exiter, but obviously they proved me wrong, and I love it for it. But definitely think that what they did during and before the season definitely attributed to them getting to becoming the NBA champs for sure.
And who did, if you don't mind us asking, who did you have coming out the East?
I think I was leaning towards the Nets or the Knicks. I think it was one of the New York teams kind of going for it. Did not have my mindset on the Bucks going for it, but again, they proved me wrong. Okay,
and Jay Hizzle, what about you? Did you at the beginning of the year have the Bucks even making the finals?
No, not at all. The first team that came to mind was the Nets, really, because I mean they got KD, they had Kyrie, and then they added Harden. So that was just at the beginning of the season. But yeah, I definitely had the Nets coming out of the East. But the Bucks were a team that was always just one game or one series short for me. So that was why I had my doubts about them. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, I gotta be frank and honest, man. No way I had the Bucks making the finals, man. Especially when you got a team full of Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, man. So that was honestly a big shock. So that is actually a great point for us to be able to transition to my next question. With Dylan, there's a huge elephant in the room over there in Milwaukee, and I have to talk about it. I have to ask you right now, Dylan. If Kyrie Irving doesn't get hurt, do you guys still win?
No. No. I love the Bucks, man, but just Kyrie has this God-given talent that it just can't go matched against. I think Drew Holiday, he's a great defender, but I think just Kyrie, time on again, he's just shown he's just a gifted scorer. Just the basketball is tied to a string on his hand or something. It's just too tough for Drew Holiday to guard him. So the fact that he got hurt, that just changed the whole playoff perspective as a whole. So I don't think the Bucks would have gotten to the finals personally.
Yeah, I would have to side with you on that, man. I don't think that the Bucks would have got past a healthy Kyrie and a KD, and especially when you think about it, like that last game between the Nets and Bucks series, like KD was just doing everything. So if you add a Kyrie Irving to that, man, I just don't know if the Bucks would have been able to get past that. Jay Hill over here is nodding his head. So you agree with us here, huh? Right, Jay Hill?
Yeah, no. Kyrie and a healthy James Harden. If one of those two is healthy, I think Bucks are out. So
it was such a close series.
Yeah, it was such a close series, but in the end, the Bucks, you play who's healthy, you play the teams in front of you, so they were able to get it done. So can't take it away from them.
Yep. Oh yeah, we can't take nothing away from them, man. But you know, as we start to transition and move on to the next point, Dylan, one thing that we've noticed during the offseason is that the Bucks they haven't been really too aggressive, during the free agency, mostly because they got their three main guys and Giannis, Chris, and Drew all locked up for the next 3 years. But some of the moves that they did make, was big. They re-signed Bobby Portis on $9 million 2 years. They signed George Hill, which is actually one of my favorite signings because he can actually now provide so much scoring for that second unit. It's not all going to fall on Jeff Teague. They also signed Rodney Hood, and they also signed Semi Ojeleye. So, Dylan, if you want to give us one of your personal favorite signings and then another one that you think is going to make the most immediate impact on that Bucks team.
Right off the bat, you said it was George Hill. George Hill being signed onto that team was such a great addition. He's an excellent shooter, an excellent guard. Coming off the bench when Drew Holiday needs to go take a rest, he's a great guy to have to come out and just give you some points. Like, you don't have to rely on your second or third guys. You have a fourth option, and that's what's so crucial to these playoff teams is having that fourth or fifth option. And for him to be there, it's going to make such a difference when it comes to playoff time. Because I'm going to say I think they just got playoffs in the bag already. And then I think secondly, just Bobby Portis is another player that comes to mind. Bobby Portis, he's a crucial player on the court and off the court. I think he brought a great energy to the team, and the fans love him. The team loves him. I think that's why it was a no-brainer that the city of Milwaukee brought him back, that the team brought him back.
So, yeah,
you
brought us some good points there, Dylan. But I just want to rewind a sec. Did you say this year's playoffs you got them walking through it in the East?
No, I got them going to the playoffs, no doubt. I'm not saying they're not going to walk through. This is going to be one of the harder playoffs I've ever seen. These other teams that are stacking up now, no, this is going to be a tough one for sure.
Okay. Also making the playoffs.
Yes, making the playoffs.
Okay. I got you.
They got it. But going through it, no.
I had to rewind. Yeah.
I
just checked. Yeah. All right.
But Jay Hizzle, what about you, man? Like they haven't made any like major acquisition, but like how we were talking about, then they've made some role pieces, some great role pieces. So, which one has been your personal favorite, Jay Hill?
I think definitely just re-signing Bobby Portis, and him taking almost a pay cut, honestly. But he just said he loves, playing in Milwaukee, and it was a career resurgence for him. So I understand why, but I think that was number one, the biggest move. And then, like you said, George Hill, big pickup, but they did lose out on PJ Tucker. So I'm kind of concerned about that. He was their defensive stopper. He was, as much as KD was scoring, he was hassling him. It was clear that he was frustrated and he was getting under him. So losing a guy like that is a big loss, I'd say. But if they can get a replacement, and then Dante DiVincenzo also getting healthy will be big for them. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Jay Hill, thank you, right? That you actually transitioned us right to this next point that I want to talk to you guys about especially with you, Dylan. Dylan, did the Bucks make a mistake letting PJ Tucker walk?
Yes, I think so. I think that he wasn't an expensive guy to go after. He showed you throughout the playoffs how great of a defender he is. He showed you in past playoffs how great of a defender he is, and I think that's what the Bucks needed. They needed who you can rely on to clamp down on all these star players, and for them to let him go, I think I don't know how it's going to be for them come the next playoffs, because do they have another reliable dude to come up and be that strong defender? He can shoot the corner three and he can defend. That's what you needed. So I don't know if they got another dude who can bring that to the table for them.
Jay Hill, you think letting PJ Tucker walk was a mistake?
I think, yeah, Dylan's got it all. What he said, the same thing. Yeah, losing a player who can do the things, especially a wing defender, that's what you need in today's league. And to lose that as a big loss, so I don't really see them replacing that. And especially with all these teams coming back healthy, it's going to be tough to repeat. It always is tough to repeat anyway, but that's a big loss.
Yeah, man. Honestly, that to me, like that might be one of the bigger losses throughout this offseason, especially because they brought in other players, right? So they brought in Semi Ojeleye to be a defender, but then why do you let PJ Tucker walk if you're going to bring Semi Ojeleye in, right? They bring back Bobby Portis on a team friendly deal, so you have the cap, you have the space to bring back PJ, even if it is on a smaller deal, because Bobby, took a pay cut. So I definitely think that the Bucks are going to be kicking themselves, letting PJ Tucker walk, especially letting him go to the Heat, man. An Eastern Conference rival that they might end up seeing in the playoffs. And 2 years ago the Heat beat him. This last year the Bucks beat him, and now the Heat might beat him this next year with PJ, man. So I definitely think that was a huge mistake, man. But Dylan, I got a question here that I have to ask a faithful Bucks fan like you, because I've heard both ways, man. I want to get one solid answer from a Bucks fan. Dylan, what's up with Coach Bud? Are you up or are you down on him? Like, I've heard so much. Like, I've heard Bucks fans say, like, "Oh, we don't want him as a coach. He doesn't adapt. He doesn't know how to adapt in the middle of the games. He doesn't know how to switch up his game plan. He only runs a drop coverage." And then now the Bucks win a championship. Of course, it's gonna be all praises and everything. So, Dylan, you personally, are you up or down on Coach Bud?
I'm up. Like Coach Bud. I like the way he's been running this team. I like that the front office has had a lot of faith in him. He's shown in the past that they've had some trouble in the playoffs, but he has adapted to that. And I think if they keep adapting, they'll continue to have success. So if he keeps running the way he is, he'll be fine. But right now, I'm up on him. So let's hope that's true for now.
Were you up on him during the season, or were you hating on him? Because I heard a lot of Coach Bud slander during the season.
I was a little iffy. I was like – I was not too confident during the season. I was a little sure there'd be like a first or second round fall off in the playoffs, but he proved me wrong. I think that he got this team to come get up on another level and to be better than they even thought. But so I'm definitely going to give my props to him because he brought the best out of this team for this year.
Okay, Jay Hizzle, what do you, Coach Bud?
Yeah. Dylan has a right to be up on him for all those reasons. But here's what I think. Obviously, they were down 2-0 to Phoenix going back home. So clearly he made adjustments because they won 4 straight. So something he did work. So here's what I think, though. He could either let that success and those adjustments, he could build on that and become like an even better coach and possibly repeat, or he could let it get to his head and then be stubborn with his own ways, which we've seen him up to that point. He failed to make adjustments in key moments, key spots. You go back to different series. But if he continues to build on that, but if he lets it get to his head, I'm worried. I'm worried for those Bucks. That's how I'm feeling about Bud.
Man, for me personally, guys, I have to be honest. I'm down on Coach Bud, man. I understand, he won a championship, but I really realistically watched every game in the playoffs, and it for me personally, it shouldn't take you going down 2-0 for you to start making adjustments, right? And I think that a reason that they were able to come back from down 2-0 is, let's not players, coaches matter, but let's not forget about the guys on the court, man. Giannis just wasn't letting them lose. Giannis got to the point where he's like, we're just not going to lose, and that's it. And I saw that, and I don't want to take the credit away from Giannis and give it to Bud, because I think that a lot of it really was on Giannis just pure willing, saying, I'm just not going to let my team lose. I'm going to get to the hoop. I'm going to do what I need to do on defense. And realistically, guys, like we saw Coach Bud get exposed. I mean, two seasons ago. I mean, okay, you can say that he made the adjustment and now this year, but I don't know, guys. I'm still kind of stuck in between that fork of the road where I saw him just get exposed with the drop coverage, and he hasn't. Realistically, if you watch a Bucks game, he still runs the drop coverage. Brook drops a little bit lower. Instead of dropping all the way back to the hoop, he probably drops like midway. Still a drop coverage, but Giannis is winning. But when you're winning, people aren't going to say anything, man. So
fix it.
What's up, Dylan?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So sometimes you get a little tune up though to something. So
yeah.
Dylan, you hella funny. He said sometimes I need a little tuna.
A little tuna.
You funny,
Like
brother. You funny, man. All right. So, guys, I have a hot take here. I have a really hot take, and I want both of you guys to tell me if you guys are feeling this, if I'm crazy, or what's up. But guys, I was really looking over the Bucks roster yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I think the Bucks might have the most complete roster in the entire league. The most complete from top to bottom roster. Now, let me tell you why. Look, they got their best player and their go-to guy in Giannis. They got their closer in Chris Middleton. They got their defensive guards in Drew Holiday, George Hill, Dante DiVincenzo. They got their modern day bigs in Brook Lopez, who can shoot the three and play defense at the rim. They got shooters in Pat Connaughton, Brian Forbes, Rodney Hood, and then the rest of the players are all 3-and-D players. To me, that sounds like the most complete team. They have someone that knows their role and knows what they're supposed to do at their position every single night. And I think that is the recipe to success personally, so then like that Giannis isn't trying to do shit that he's not supposed to do. He knows what he's supposed to do. He knows that quarters 1 through 3, it's me. I take over. Quarters 4, we got our closer in Chris Middleton. Let's make sure he has the ball. If we need a stop on defense, Drew, George Hill. So I just feel that they have multiple players for each position. But do you guys agree with my hot take? Am I tripping or what?
No, I'll let Dylan take this because I have my little two-piece to add to that. But
let me know, Dylan.
I think, yeah, they have a pretty filled roster, but I do think that something I would add to make them a better team is I feel like they need one more center, a guy who can just dominate in the paint, get you blocks, just straight up defender. Don't need him to score, just be there in the paint, just controlling it, defense, offense. You got the lob for him. Just guy who's kind of lengthier. Brook Lopez, great center. I need someone who's a little bigger, a little bit more of a straight up old-fashioned center for them. I
think it's a pretty complete roster. And I think it had a lot to do with, number one, small additions they made throughout. And obviously, I think bringing in Drew Holiday, that tough, gritty guard that they had been, and obviously a playmaker as well, replacing Eric Bledsoe was what they needed. And then, like you said, they have all those complementary pieces, and that's what you need, or surround a superstar and Giannis. And then, honestly, two Robins almost in Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, but one serves as the defensive and then one's the offensive threat, but they can both defend as well. But no, I think they're all pretty complete, but they could definitely add, a big, like Dylan said. But other than that, I think they got a very complete roster. Plus, they have that winning culture and that winning mindset. So you can't really beat that.
So is my hot take right or wrong?
I'm with it.
You with it, Dylan? You too?
Yeah, I'll lean towards it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy my guys rocking with me. All right. So Dylan, man, honestly, it's kind of the Bucks, obviously won a championship, so it's hard for us to ask for more. Like when you hit the roof, like where else are you supposed to go? You're already at the top, man. So I mean, I guess you could back to back. So Dylan, talk to me about next year. I want to get into next year. Where do you feel that the Bucks will finish? Of course, barring injury, barring health and safety protocols and all of that, because we can't predict for that. But if everyone is healthy, if the Bucks roster is what it is today, where do you see them finishing the end of the year? And then do you see them going back to back?
Yeah, I mean, towards the end of the year, I think they'll get through the second or third round of the playoffs. I think they'll definitely have a chance of going deep into it. I don't have my mindset on them going to the finals. I just think there's better teams that have stacked up this year, like you said earlier, the Heat. I think the Heat did a great job in this offseason on stacking up on players again. The Nets, if they come back healthy, the Nets are definitely going to give them a run for their money. So I definitely think that the Bucks as a team are going to go, second or third into the playoffs. They'll probably be top three or four within the conference. So that's what I got my mindset, but hopefully they can get further into the championship. But like I said, there's just too many good teams out there to
okay. Yeah. I feel you, man. I mean, if we're talking about KD healthy, James Harden healthy, Kyrie Irving healthy. I mean, man, it might take more than Giannis, Drew, and Chris, man. I think it might take a bit more than that, man.
Hey, no, but I just wouldn't put it past Milwaukee. I mean, they still coming back for that repeat. Honestly, I think they still got the squad. Plus, they're adding some solid pieces, and Dante DiVincenzo is getting healthy as well. So I wouldn't put it past them. But Dylan, you're right. The competition is stacked in the East.
So Jay Hill, are you trying to reference that the Bucks are going back to back?
I think they have a chance. I think they have a chance to come out of the East. I'll put it at that. I'll put it at that. But the Lakers are in the West, so I don't know.
All right. So Dylan, as we start to wrap it up here, if you could give us one word or one phrase to describe how you feel that this past season went, and then one word or phrase to describe how you feel about this upcoming season that's coming up for the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, this past season, success. The show won the championship, did what they needed to do. So I call that a success in my book. As for this upcoming season, shoot, I don't know.
Back to back. Back to back.
Back to back. Yeah.
maybe your two words can be success and back to back, Dylan.
Let's go for that.
All right. This is what's up. So JL, if you had to give two words if you had to give one word for past season and next season for the Bucks fans over there, what two words would you give?
Shoot. Accomplished, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished, man. Giannis set out he had everything else. He wanted that one ring, and then the rest of Milwaukee, like the Bucks did as well. So yeah, accomplished. And then for next year?
Yeah, for next year.
Repeat.
They
gotta go back to back. That's the goal. That's what they gotta do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. Yeah, I like that. I like those two, man.
Stay hungry. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely got to stay hungry, man. They can't get, I do hear a lot of NBA players that say they win championships. They say it's very easy to get content. It's very easy to get complacent, so they have to stay hungry to be able to get another championship over there in Milwaukee, man. So now, Dylan, we're entering the end of our episode here, and we do this closing segment here on Clutch Talk called Guess the Player. The way Guess the Player works, Dylan, is I have 5 players here listed. You and Jay Hill both have 2 guesses. Okay, I'm gonna list off a bunch of accomplishments they have, things that they've did, and moving forward. And you and Jay Hill both have 2 guesses. You can blurt them out as soon as you want, but then you only have 2, so use them wisely. You got the rules?
Yep.
All right, let's do this, man. So welcome to the Guess the Player closing segment. All right, the first player we have here, he wore the same number his entire career. He's a one-time Rookie of the Year. He's a one-time Teammate Award. He's a one-time National College Player of the Year. He's a 8-time All-Defensive First Team member. A 10-time All-Star. A one-time All-Star Game MVP. A 3-time gold medalist, a 2-time NBA MVP, okay, a 3-time NBA Finals MVP, and this last one, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
There you go.
I was like 3-time. Yeah, I knew it. Teammate of the Year gave it away.
Teammate of the Year gave it away. Yeah. That's what I thought. What I thought. All right. Next player here. Next player. This guy is already in the Hall of Fame. He's played with 4 different teams throughout his career. He's a 2-time champion, a 10-time All-Star, a 1-time 3-point contest winner, a 1-time Sportsmanship Award winner, He has beef with Kevin Garnett.
Oof.
And that whole Celtics team.
Oh, Ray Allen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Come on, Dylan. Hey, Dylan. I mean, your basketball knowledge, Dylan. Come on.
I'm like a weak basketball knowledge. What you mean?
All right. Let's do this. Next player we got here. This guy's jersey is retired at his college. Not in the NBA, but at his college it is. He's a 6-time All-Star. He's a 4-time All-NBA second team. He's a 1-time teammate of the year. 1-time All-NBA first team. He's from Oakland, California.
Gary Payton. Jason Kidd. Oh, I'm
Dylan.
done.
He has no more guesses. He's from Oakland, California.
Oh, I know who it is.
Man. I didn't hear the original part. I blanked out. His name is Damian Lillard.
Yes, Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I heard Oakland.
What?
That's the only guy that came to mind was Damian.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ,
man.
guys.
Bro, I said 2 people from Oakland. I said Jason
No,
Kidd and oh man.
I didn't know if you said champion or not. I was like, okay, well, Damian, let's go with that.
All right,
Yeah,
here we
Jay
go.
Kidd, he's not a champion. Dang. Or he is a champion.
All right, let's do this. Next player here. This guy wore five different numbers, jersey numbers throughout the league. He played for 6 different teams. He's a 1-time champion. His nickname was self-given. He gave it to himself.
Ron Artest.
No. He said that God told him about the nickname in his dream.
Oh, why did I know this? Like,
Oh man.
There's a meme about this guy. You send it when someone says something crazy that you're just like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna add something for guess the player here. This is something he did. He shot the ball, and he turned around like this.
Oh, Nick Young.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go, Dylan. There you go. There you go, Dylan.
Oh man.
There you go. Get you one, Dylan. Get you one.
Oh man. That was a good one.
I was like, I
All
thought
right.
I read on him about the self-given nickname.
Did he win he was an all-star?
No, he wasn't an all-star. I didn't say all-star.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Last player. This guy, he has his jersey retired both in his NBA team and at his college. This guy's a 3-time NBA champion, 13-time All-Star, 1-time scoring champ. He was part of a team that changed basketball forever. He's a 1-time All-Star Game MVP. Okay. He's a 2-time All-NBA first team member. Okay. There's a character in a movie that has the same name as his nickname. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. All right. He has a whole county named after him.
Dwayne Wade.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
D Wade. Wade County.
Wade County, baby.
Let's go.
Okay, all right, man. Well, that was really fun, man. That's a great way, great place for us to go ahead and start to wrap it up here, Dylan. Man, we want to thank you again, man, for making time for us come on here and talk about the Bucks. You bless us with your time, you bless us with your knowledge. Like as we can see, you're a very, very knowledgeable Bucks fan, and we just appreciate you, Dylan. We appreciate you coming on, and you the homie, Dylan. So you already know what it is.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be back on the show. Hopefully, I can do it again. So thanks for having me again. Please.
Yes, sir, man. So if all the fans, if you guys want to follow Dylan, man, follow Dylan on his Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and put Dylan's Instagram right there, right in his little bubble, man. Make sure you guys give him a follow. Go tell him that the Bucks are not gonna back to back this year because the Lakers are gonna do it. Or the Warriors, Jay Hill. Or the Warriors.
Or the Warriors, yeah, of course.
Man, but this is a good place for us to go ahead and end it here. Jay Hill, you got any last words for Dylan and all the Bucks fans in Milwaukee?
Nah, I appreciate you coming on, Dylan, and yeah, the Bucks got to go for that repeat, but other teams are gonna, yeah,
be a tough one, but I think they got it.
Yes, sir. So, hey, Dylan, you got any last words you want to say before signing out here?
Bucks and 4, baby. Bucks and 4.
Bucks and 4, baby. All right, man. Well, thank you again, Dylan. And we out of here, y'all. Clutch Talk out.
Yes, sir.